Hello everybody, I'm Katie, welcome to the Book Buddies, and today on Weekly Geek I will be telling you my top 5 favorite manga. This will be my last top 5 and I know that y'all are probably sick of them, but I figured that I would do one for Weekly Geek and then be done with them. Okay, so for this top 5, like I said, I'll be telling you my top 5 favorite manga, 2 of which I don't actually own anything from, so I will just tell you them, and these are in no particular order, just, you know, how I decided to say them, I guess. I don't know. The first one that I have is going to be Bleach by Tite Kubo, and this is about a boy named Ichigo who can see ghosts and ends up turning himself into a substitute, or turned into a substitute soul reaper and goes around killing hollows, which are like evil spirits. And then the story just goes on from there, and it's actually a very long series. I started watching the show first, and then when it ended I went and started reading the manga, but I know a lot of people are starting to not like the series because it just seems like it's getting really random and really strange, but I actually like that idea because it's like, I have no idea what's going to happen. Like, I have no idea what's going on, and I mean, I know what's going on, but I don't really know what's going on, and it just makes it a little bit more interesting for me, I guess. I really enjoy the art style. I like the way that everything looks. It's very just like pretty, I guess. It's very dark. Like, there's lots and lots of just solid black all over the place, and it's just very, I don't even know how to describe it. It's just nice, I guess. I really appreciate the art, like I do most of these. That's one major reason I like them, is because I really like the art. And I'm an artist, and I kind of am a sucker for a good art style. Anyway, number 2 on this list is going to be Fairy Tail by Hiro Mashima. This one, again, I was watching the anime first and ended up reading. Most of these are like that. Actually all of them are like that. I watched the anime first and I really liked it, and then it ended and I went and read the manga. Now Fairy Tail ended up coming back, which is awesome, with a new art style, or like a new, not art style, but new animation, which is so good. It's so good. It's so much closer to the way he actually draws, and I know like before it was really close to the way he drew in the first few volumes, and then, like, you know, over time of drawing, your skills change, I guess. You just get better. The art just gets better as it goes, usually. And I mean, I just love the art. It is about a 17-year-old girl, in the beginning, a 17-year-old girl named Lucy Heartfilia, who is trying to become a full-fledged wizard, which means you have to join a guild. She ends up meeting a wizard named Natsu and joining Fairy Tail, and ridiculousness ensues, and it's just really fun. It's probably the most fun fantasy series I've read out of manga, and I've read a couple, or I'm reading a couple, and I really like the magic system. I really like the characters. That's one thing that I think I like about that better than I liked Bleach, is because after a while the characters in Bleach just kind of fade out, but the characters in Fairy Tail, ones that were kind of side characters, are slowly becoming more like main characters, and it's really interesting. I mean, it's really nice. I like that. My favorite characters are actually ones that weren't all that important in the beginning, or if they were important when they came, they're like not character changed, but their personality switched a little bit, and they went from being the one way that was maybe not so good or just was not as prominent to being the way that they are now. And I mean, I like them then, and I like their change, and it's a good transition. That is definitely one that if you haven't watched the anime of or read the manga of, like, go and do it. Go and do it. It's really worth it. It's kind of a long series, but it doesn't take very long to catch up, and it's just so much fun. It is so much fun, and it's got lots of feels, which is really Okay, on to the 3 that I do have here. I'm just going to show you the first volumes that I have. The first one I have is Full Metal Alchemist by, her name's hard to say, Hiromu Arakawa. That's how you say it. I think. This is about a boy named Edward and his younger brother named Alphonse, who are alchemists for the country. They're like state alchemists, and when they were kids, they committed the ultimate taboo of alchemy, which is human transmutation, trying to bring their dead mother back, and it cost Ed his right arm and left leg, and Al his entire body, which is why he's stuck in that suit of armor. I didn't know much about alchemy beforehand, but after reading this, I'm just like intrigued by alchemy now, which is probably really dumb, but like it's actually a really interesting concept. I mean, it's totally impossible, but it's still fun to read about. The art style, I love the art style of this. Like, it goes from being super serious just to being the most dorky thing in the world. Like, and the running jokes are really fun. Like, Ed is really short. He's only like 4'11" when the series starts, and he stays short throughout the series, but he's always being bothered about how short he is. Everybody thinks that Al is the older brother and the alchemist, and the state alchemist, even though he's not, and it's just really funny. This is a series that it is my favorite anime series of all time. The second one, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, is my favorite series of all time, and I gotta say, it's pretty much transitioned into this. I've only read the first 2 volumes, but I do know what happens. But I plan on getting the other, I think there are 16 volumes in all. I plan on getting all of them. If you want a really good feels trip, read this, because it's funny, it's interesting, it's got a great plot line, and there's like a lot of feels in it, but they're good feels, and they're sad feels, but they just, after reading it, you're just kind of like, yeah, so definitely check out Fullmetal Alchemist, if you like this kind of thing. Like, it's a good fantasy series. It's a good little fantasy sci-fi. Is it considered sci-fi since it's got science in it? Probably. Next series I have here is Soul Eater by Atsushi Okubo. Now this is one that you read for the dark plot, the kooky art, and the, like, just weirdness of it all. Like, it's great. Okay, so I only own the first volume of this, but I've read most of this series on the internet, which is where I read actually a lot of my manga, and the art style from this volume to even halfway through the series is just completely different. Like, they're actually kind of like hard to recognize. I mean, you recognize them, but they just look so different, and it's so weird. Like, it went from being kind of stringy and that kind of arty to being like really like full on like plump and stuff. That sounds really weird, plump. Ugh. But really, if you want to read something that has like a seriously dark plot and a dark art style, but is super funny in places, and just probably the strangest, it is probably the strangest series I've ever read. But I didn't tell you what it was about. It is about a girl named Maka who is a weaponsmeister, which is that one, Maka Albarn, and Soul Eater, who is a death sai, or is a sai, he's not a death sai, is a sai, and they go to, what is it called? The Meister Academy, where there are kids training to become the next Death Sai. Basically, the Meister is training the weapon to become the next Death Sai for Lord Death. And you have to get 99 Kishin souls, which are like, or Kishin eggs, which are like demon eggs, like souls turning into demons. Anyway, and 1 witch soul, and you become a person. Oh, okay. A Death Sai. Yes. The characters in this one are really fun. You have an OCD son of Death, whose name is Death the Kid. You've got a ninja assassin who is does not fit any of the criteria for being a ninja assassin except for being good at combat, and a girl who's extremely intelligent but really just is always being made fun of, and a cat. She is a cat. It's just a fun little story, and it's actually not too long, so that's really great. It's only 100-something chapters. I mean, it's not a super long series, which is great because you can read it in a couple of weeks probably. It's just fun. It's just really fun. Most of these are just really fun. And then the last one is D. Gray Man, which is the one that I actually own the most volumes of. I own 7 volumes out of, I think, the 23 that there are. But this is about a boy named Alan Walker, who is a exorcist who goes around exorcising Akuma. And this man, the Earl, creates the Akuma, and they kill these things by using their innocence, which is like their powers. And it's just really cool. This is also another dark series. I read a lot of dark series, I didn't realize, but it's another dark series. And the art style is so freaking cool. Like, so cool. Look at that. Like, what? It's just so cool. I need the rest of these. I just bought the 7th one yesterday or 2 days ago, so you know, I could probably stand to wait a little while, but I need all of them. I need all. Okay, so I think that this video is a little bit better than my other ones. Maybe, probably not. But those are some 5 really, like, strongly recommended from me manga to read if you're interested in starting some, especially these 3 and Fairy Tail. Bleach is a really good one, but, it's super long, and I mean Fairy Tail is really long too, but, these 3 especially, and Fairy Tail. Out of all of these, Bleach is probably my least favorite, but I still love Bleach. All of them have good character development, all of them have good plot, and all of them have really, really, really fantastic art. So, you need to get on these. If you're trying to find one to start off with this one, Bleach or Fairy Tail probably, because these 2 can be kind of intense. This one can be kind of intense too, but you get used to it before it gets super intense, so that's good. Anyway, okay, so this is going to be a little bit random, but a friend of mine wanted to get a shout out because he did really, really well in his 1 act, I think. He was a really good actor or something. I don't know anything about 1 act, but apparently he did really well, so there's your shout out. And I will see you all Monday. I don't know where my book is, so the outro won't be happening today, but, oh, I can use one of these. I'll just use one of these. You know, I'll use one of these, because it's sitting right there. Why don't I? Anyway, I will see you all Monday. Monday will be a book tag, so that will be fun. See if you can guess which one it is, maybe. Hold up. So yes, bye.